Well, hello there! If you're watching this, it must be Friday, which means it's Field Trip Friday! Today, our trip is called WaterWise, so we're going to talk about how to be smart when using water. To start, we're going to look at this. It's just a globe. You've probably seen one before. When you're looking at this, what color do you see the most of? It's blue. There's so much blue. What is all of that blue? It's water. There's a lot of water on Earth. Right now, our job is to figure out how much water there is on Earth. And we're going to think about it in percentages. So if we had 0% water on Earth, that would mean everything is land. And that's not true. And if it was 100% water, that would mean that everything is water and there's no land. And that's not true either. So take a second and make a guess at how much water you think is on Earth. Did you guess 50%? It's more than that. What about 90%? Not quite that much. On Earth, there's about 71% water. So 71% of our Earth is water. That's almost 3/4. Let's think about that another way. Because that sounds like a lot, but is it really a lot? Right here, I just have a gallon. It's just a milk jug, a gallon milk jug. How many gallons of water do you think there are on Earth? This number is going to shock you. There are 326 million trillion gallons of water on Earth. I think we need to write that number out. So we're going to start with 326, and help me count the zeros. There's a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That is 326 million trillion. That definitely sounds like a lot of water. But can we use all of that? No, we can't. There are two types of water on Earth: salt water and fresh water. Let's think about where we might find these types of water. When you go to the beach and say you get some of the ocean water in your mouth, what does it taste like? It's salty. So the oceans are salt water. And look how much ocean there is on Earth. Most of our water is in the ocean. So do you think there's more salt water or fresh water on Earth? Let's find out. Right here, I have a string of beads. Just looking for the end. There's 100 beads here in this cup. The blue beads are salt water, and the white beads are fresh water. So I'm going to pull them out. Pay attention for when you see the white beads. There they are, right there at the end. So if you look, we have 3 white beads. That means only 3% of our water is fresh water. That makes sense on why we need to be wise about how we use it now. Now that we've got a better idea of how much water we have on Earth, let's change the question a little bit. Right here, I have just a normal bottle of water. But how old do you think the water in this bottle is? What if I told you that this water in the bottle could have been water that a dinosaur drank? There's no new water being made on Earth. We keep using the same water over and over, and the Earth helps us do that through the water cycle. In the the water cycle, we have 4 steps. And since it's a cycle, there's no real first step and last step. So we're just going to start at the bottom and talk about collection. Collection is where water's gathering. So what kind of places can water gather? Rivers, lakes, streams, ponds, all over. So as it's gathered, collected, the sun comes out and heats it up, and the water gets really warm, and it starts to evaporate. The next step is evaporation. And when it warms up, it goes up into the sky. And up in the sky, it's really cold. So the water starts to form these big, fluffy things up in the sky. Clouds! This step is called condensation, where the water cools off and forms a cloud. And as these clouds get more and more water, they get really heavy, and they get so heavy that they can't hold their water anymore, and then what happens? Sometimes it might rain, it could snow, it could hail, or it could sleet. And all of these are called precipitation. The water precipitates back to the ground, where it collects again, and then the cycle can repeat itself. This is helping us keep our water clean and helps us to reuse it. We just spent a lot of time talking about water, but what about the wise part of our trip? That's what we're going to do now. In front of me, I have just a cup of water, and we're going to pretend that this water represents all of the water that we have on Earth. And if you look close, you can see that there's a line marking the top of our water. To start, we're going to think of 10 different ways that we use water every day. So that means things like putting out a fire. That's not something hopefully we're doing every day. To get you started, I'm going to give you the example of brushing our teeth. We brush our teeth every day, and that uses water. So I'm going to take a cotton ball, dip it in my water, and put it in one of the orange containers. Now it's your turn to think of way number 2. And if you get stuck while we're getting to 10, take a look around your house at things that use water. Think about your morning and nighttime routine, things that you do all day, every day. And if you're still stuck, fast forward a little bit and maybe you'll get some more ideas. So what is way number 2 that we use water? That's a great idea. How about number 3? What's your third way that we use water? Awesome. How about number 4? What's a fourth way that we use water? Perfect. How about number 5? Great idea. What about number 6? That's a good idea too. Do you have a 7th way that we use water? Good idea. How about an 8th way that we use water? That definitely uses water. How about the 9th way we use water? Oh, you were so right. And what about the 10th way that you're thinking of we can use water? Awesome. So now that we've thought about 10 ways we use water, let's look at our glass again. It seems that some of our water is missing because we just used it. But I bet there are ways that we can use water smart. We can be wise about it. So what we're going to do is think of 10 ways that we can be smarter while using our water. For example, when we brush our teeth, we can turn the faucet off. So I'm going to take a cotton ball, squeeze it into the cup, and just put it back. So now it's your turn. And again, if you get stuck, fast forward and maybe you'll get some more ideas. So what's the second way we can save water? Oh, that's an awesome idea. How about a third way that we can be smarter while using water? Great. How about number 4? What's another way we can save water? I like the way you think. That's a good one. How about a 5th way to save water? Great! Sixth way that we can save water? Good idea! How about a 7th way? That's a really good idea. What about an 8th way? Awesome! And a 9th way that we can save water? Perfect! And what about one more way that we can save water? Awesome idea! Those were really good ideas. Let's take a look at our cup again. Here's our line where we started. So it looks like we were able to get some water back, but we couldn't get all of it, could we? That's because even if we're smart, we're wise about how we use water, we still have to use it. But look what we can do by being smarter about it. So maybe you could take a couple of these ideas and do them at home. Seems easy enough. I hope you enjoyed today's trip and tune in next week for another Field Trip Friday.